Jubilee is a Black Feminist Homecoming. Y'all.
Hey y'all, I'm Aeon.
And I'm the Lioness.
And you're listening to Box number 512 podcast.
Grown Black trans woman talk. Changing your world one conversation at a time.
The show begins now. Welcome to another installment of Box number 512 podcast. I am your co-host, Aeon.
And I'm the Lioness.
Y'all, let's get into updates. Work is still stressful. Bitch, to be honest, I've been feeling myself getting depressed just because of stuff that's going on at work. The cases that we work on, we're responding to stuff that's happening in real time, so it's very stressful, it's very overwhelming, and then like dealing with the like inner bureaucracy in my job and having to go to this person to get approval for stuff, and then like getting denied from stuff and just having stuff changed on you at the last minute. It's kind of been triggering my depression. Very thankful that I have my antidepressants. That's been helping, but the last couple of days, it's just like been hard to get out of bed because it's just like, what the fuck for? Work is chaotic, and usually my professional life is I'm kind of in control of that. So even when my personal life is crazy and there's stuff going on, I can count on my professional life to be consistent. But that's kind of been out of control. And then like personally, like I have my friends and stuff like that. But I've kind of been wanting like some type of like romantic energy or just the affection of a partner that, you know, you can just come home to and tell your business to, and they can just be a support. So just not having that and just having to deal with stuff and trying to work through the depression this week. It's been a lot, but I'm still here. I'm still in the fight. I know I'm valuable. I know all of these things, but this summer and this week, like professional-wise, it's just been hard. No thanks to these bigots and these racists that are passing all of these crazy laws, and we have to respond to them. But on a different note, this past weekend, I was able to go back home to Baltimore for the weekend to visit my mom and visit my dog, Savannah. And I didn't really get to spend a whole lot of time with my mom because she worked this weekend, but it's just good to be home when she goes to work and she knows that somebody's watching the house, and I was able to walk the dog. I went out to a club in Baltimore. I haven't been out in Baltimore to a club with one of the girls. I can't even remember the last time, but it was good to go out. It's good to be somewhere where people know you and everybody knows your name. And going out to clubs in different cities, though it's fun, because I don't really know those people because I'm not from there, it kind of lacks that home element. So it was good to I went to the Baltimore Eagle, had a fabulous time with my sis Paige and my other friend, and at former hairstylist Shanae. Hey Shanae. We were able to go out and have a girls' time, and we're actually working on planning a trip for our birthday to Las Vegas. And I don't even know. I don't even know why I didn't tell you about this, Samaya, but I definitely need to dig into the details. But just trying to do more trips with my girls and just have a good time and enjoy each other's company. Like we really had a good time drinking, getting drunk, dancing, talking shit with my girlfriends. So I want more of that energy in my life. And even though Baltimore has changed, Baltimore is still home. I'm still a Baltimore girl. So it's just good to be back in a place where I feel comfortable and where people know me. I got my hair cut. Shout out to Nick Blends, my barber. Love him down. Yeah, but I'm just trying. Once again, I'm in a season of change in my life, and I'm just trying to, with all of the uncertainty, I'm just trying to find something to hold on to get me through and just be optimistic. But yeah, work has been hard, y'all. It's been hard. I actually just finished a conference today where for the LGBT bar, where I was able to hold space yesterday with Black LGBTQ lawyers and today queer women of color lawyers. So it was good to be able to share space with people that share parts of my identity, so you feel less alone. But yeah, child, I'm just taking it day by day. Sis, what is your update?
Well, so this week has been interesting. So I guess I'll start out by saying, I've lost a couple of really good friends in the last month. One of them, of course I won't go into name specifics, but one of them was one of my cishet guy friends, and that friendship was very important to me because I felt like, it was nice to be able to have a guy friend that was, that wasn't trying to push up on me, that legitimately was just like a real friend. But like a lot of cishet men, I became his he had an interesting view on women and women's position, how women should be or whatever. And I was always overlooking that, but as soon as I voiced that I needed more from the friendship, it was very much a rejection. And I would realize that I was kind of becoming an emotional handmaiden for him. And when he had the inability to take critique critique or criticism at all. Particularly as a friend, me saying I would like to have more balance in our relationship, and that didn't work out well. And so that was just like a rejection because, particularly because I'm not somebody that likes confrontation. I'm actually very averse to it. So I didn't, I try to approach things from a very neutral point of view. And even I was almost even too apologetic. I feel like I was apologizing for needing more, needing more out of the friendship. But even with me being as passive as I could, it still didn't go well. And that was difficult, but I was willing to be okay with it because I am a grown ass woman. And if I can't communicate my needs to you, and if me communicating my needs to you leads you to snap off on me, then we really weren't as close as I thought. So that was difficult. And then I had another good girlfriend, and long story short, she wasn't who she said she was. And when once I kind of tried to have that conversation, I was rejected, and that was very difficult. So what I'm learning is that a lot of the emotional connections that I have in my life, I'm having to reassert boundaries and reassess people and make sure that I'm being authentic to myself and my own mental health. I know that's a big thing that Black women have been talking about recently, but really though, I feel like it's very important for you to prioritize and make sure you have people around you that are supportive to you, that aren't just getting something from you that they're not able or willing to give back. I am not somebody that likes to lose friends or loses friends often. So to say that, I've lost friends so quickly this month, it's just letting me know that God is trying to prepare me, I guess, coming up to my birthday for change, because I tend to be somebody that is that really leans into friendship, but I also have leaned into toxic people in my past. And so God is telling me, I guess, that in this new journey, I'm gonna have to move differently. In other news, I did get a new client for my consulting business, and that looks like it's going to be a very lucrative opportunity, and it feels good to have something that I think is going to distract me. Other than that, I've just been living, loving, laughing. Oh, so this week we're recording later than we usually do because there was a Wi-Fi outage to my entire side of town, and it affected over 200 homes. and we did not have Wi-Fi for pushing up on 3 days. And that was stressful as fuck. Just realizing that we have all these electronic devices. For those of you who participate in our book club, y'all know I used to always talk about, I buy my books electronically now. Well, girl, if Wi-Fi is out, that's a paperweight. So mind you, at a certain point, the power was out too. So bitch, your first instinct is, oh, well, first thing is to let me get a book to read. And I had downloaded these books. I had downloaded the books for our book club, but I was like, I can catch up on those, or one of my favorite books. And bitch, my phone was a paperweight. Like it was that you can't even use Siri when you don't have Wi-Fi. I didn't know that. When you don't have, I did not know that. I didn't know that. It was a gag. So I was 3 days sitting in the house, like picking up hardbacks, like trying to reread books I already read. Because now I can't watch TV. So all of these streaming services we pay for, music, like girl, we don't even have hard copy music no more. So I couldn't even like listen to music. Like it was gagging. I was like, oh shit. We are really dependent on Wi-Fi. And when it's gone, bitch, it's gone. So bitch, I'm glad that it's back on now so we can record today. We had to push back recording usually a little later than we do when we ordinarily do in the week. And I'm just happy to be here. Girl, this week has been a lot, but I'm highs and lows, but I'm here.
So before we get into our main topic, definitely have to do some housekeeping. So one, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, make sure you rate us 5 stars and leave a comment. It makes it easier for people to find our podcast, especially if they want a podcast about Black trans women content. So make sure you're doing that. Also, I want to give a shout out to our patrons over on Patreon. Thank you guys for supporting us every month. Also, our book of the month for August is The Meaning of Mariah Carey by Mariah Carey and Michaela Angela Davis. We will be having our live book review on
August 14th.
Saturday, August 14th at 8 p.m. only on our Patreon page. You have to be a level 2 and 3 patron, starting as low as $7 to watch us live, and you can comment and interact with us on the live video where we will be discussing all things Mariah Carey that she talks about in this book. I also just finished I Can't Date Jesus by Michael Archino. Fabulous book, fabulous book. I really enjoyed that. I'm about to start the book by Harry Zayed, his memoir, but I'm really enjoying getting back into reading. I feel like I'm like with the combination of reading and the combination of watching these shows, like I just really feel like I'm expanding my mind. I just finished Power.
She just finished Power. Oh yeah, you.
So I think we're gonna have to plan a day where we come. I think we can do like an additional bonus episode on Patreon, just so I can just talk about how I hated everybody in Power, and like Ghost really went ham in those last 6 episodes, like with the nastiness and the assault. Like he really went the fuck in. Like, cause I guess he really thought like he was gonna be this lieutenant governor and it was just going to change his, and it's like, nigga, you're still a Black man and you're not free from, like you weren't, that was always his problem. He always changed up on a bitch when it didn't even set in that you were in this new position. Like, you reading bitches left and right, and then you get pulled back in the game. But we will likely have a conversation about Power, quote unquote, book 1, whatever the book was. But yeah, I had a ride watching Power. I'm about to start another. It's either gonna be between True Blood or Snowfall. But I think I'm gonna do True Blood because I think I'm about to cancel my HBO Max subscription. But yeah, I've been enjoying watching TV and just expanding my world. Those are all of the. Oh, also, when you listen, if you are listening to this episode, you heard our advertisement for Jubilee play for by Black Feminist Futures. That is going to be. Thank you for listening to another episode of Box Number 512 podcast, Grown Black Trans Women Talk.
And don't forget to become a patron on the Box Number 512 Patreon page, where we have all new exclusive content.
And also, don't forget to follow us on our social media, on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages. And also, become a subscriber on our YouTube page. Until next time, bye.